Whether it be a child from China, Japan, or Korea, the students were restrained from birth and forced to study, receive good grades in school, and get a well-paying job for the future in order to support their respective family. Needless to say, South Korea is most notably recognized for its high educational standards. The parents of their students maximize their child's learning capacity and strongly believe that their future is entirely dependent on their final transcript. According to the OECD, in the mid-20th centuries, South Korea's national wealth was leveled with Afghanistan at one point. However, the boost in educational supply witnessed a higher rate of academic achievement amongst the industrialized countries. As of 2010, 90% of South Korean population have completed the upper secondary portion of their education. In order for South Korea to have made the frog leap to where it is today, there were several contributing factors which improved the economy. The mystery is, how did those specific supplies satisfy the demands of the educational industry of South Korea?
기본적으로 우리나라는 사회에 나가게 됐을 때 결국은 대학 타이틀이라는 게 너무나 이제 높은 비중을 차지하게 되기 때문에 어쩔 수 없이 몰려서 하는 경향이 강하지 않나 생각하고 학원에 다니는 이유는 기본적으로 원래는 이제 공교육에서 받을 수 없는 그런 정보의 제공이라던가 그 다음에 요즘에는 대부분 일단 선행에 관한 것들이 좀 많지 않을까 싶은데 그냥 학교는 한 클래스에 있어서 일단 수준 차이가 분명 나기 때문에 어쩔 수 없이 하향 평준화된 수업을 할 수밖에 없으니까 조금 더 이제 앞서 나가 있는 학생들 같은 경우에는 더 빨리 남보다 우위를 정하기 위해서 그런 특출한 곳을 찾게 되고 거기서 점점 더 나가서 학원들은 특화되니까 더 상위 정보라던가 아니면은 더 이제 검증받은 그런 시스템 안에 들어갈 수 있다는 믿음 때문에 학원에 더 많이 가지 않나 싶어. 요즘에 있어서 학원이라는 것은 글쎄 맞벌이 부부들에게 있어서는 일단 믿고 맡길 수 있는 장소 중 하나가 될 수도 있을 테고 그 다음에 공교육에서 얻지 못하는 걸 얻는 그런 장소 아닐까? 사실 더 큰 건 없을 것 같은데 일단은 더 배우고 그러니까는 더 높은 수준의 교육을 받을 수 있는 곳 그리고 정보를 얻을 수 있는 곳 그 정도가 아닐까 싶습니다.
Korea's uprising in the level of education is caused by the excessive expenditures. The government and academic institutions spend more money than other developed countries in order to provide the students with updated materials.
일단은 한국 사회는 그 학벌이 중요하기 때문에 그 학벌에 따라서 이제 취직과 연결이 되니까 그거에 따라서 당연히 그 성적을 올리기 위해서 그러니까 학원에도 많이 의존을 하게 되고 그렇게 해서 이제 그렇게 투자를 한 만큼의 또 좋은 결과를 보는 아이들이 있기 때문에 이런 사교육이나 이런 쪽으로 많이 투자를 하는 것 같습니다.
One of the great educational changes in South Korea would be studying English. Since 1999, interest in English of South Korea has gradually increased. In order to learn more precise and accurate English, Korean students has bought grammar and vocab books. As another economical movement, Hagwons hired teachers from UK, United States, Canada, etc. in order to students to get used to the English environment, speaking and listening English. In these days, most teachers get paid around 2 million won per month, which is about $1,500 to $1,700. Of course, Korean students are willing to study English because learning English would help them to get into more well-known universities and better job.
It seems to be as if there are several reasons for this, right? So, the first off, you kind of have the students who want to go to the top Korean universities, or you have students that want to go to the university in the UK or in the United States. And the Korean universities are very difficult to get into. They have about a 10% acceptance rate. And then the schools you might be aiming for in the United States or in the United Kingdom, those schools tend to have about a 20% acceptance rate. But for international students, it's a lot harder to get into those schools. So it's really necessary to have very good English skills as well as, very high SAT scores. So I think, people think that they can make an investment into their education by spending so much time at Hagwon after school program, what have you, and they get, a big return, which is pretty much the acceptance into their big university. The way it was explained to me, a lot of Korean students go to Hagwon because, for the same reasons American students might go to SAT programs, because normal schools don't teach SAT prep classes. And, normal schools aren't going to spend as much time with like TOEFL if they do spend time with it. So Hagwon, you get the opportunity to have assistance with studying these different subjects. And I know that here at SLI, you also get the opportunity to study different subjects. So, I not only teach TOEFL and SAT, but I also teach, like history classes for students who want to go in more depth, as well as literature classes. So it's just a way to supplement the learning in order to better prepare you for these really competitive universities. Because, the more you know, the more adept you are at your academics, and the more able you are to participate as a great student at those universities. But not only that, I think it better enables you as well to participate like in normal school, because you know more than what you've been taught, or you take the things that you've been taught to the next level.
Because South Koreans' educational desire is much higher than most other countries, it is easily predictable that the supplies for that demand are exceptionally a lot. Hagwons and other industries are in the same case. They satisfy the customers by giving them what they want, which is better education. Since South Korean students focus on universities, the Hagwons become one method of reaching their goal.